Hey, my name is Paul Menachino, and I'm going to explain to you a little bit about what we do, okay? So our company's name is The Alliance, and what's crazy is I started back here in 2011. So I was doing seasonal concrete work and found out that me and my wife were going to have a baby. So I had to make more money than what I was currently making doing that. So I answered an ad and I started doing my first job after that was I did door-to-door sales, and the money was good, but I couldn't really trust the people that I was working with. They kept promising me things and promising me things, and every time I did what they said I needed to do, they kept saying they'd think about giving me a promotion, and I didn't want to keep doing that over and over and over again, right? So what's awesome is we sell life insurance and annuities. Woohoo! Life insurance, yay! I know. Maybe that's not what you were thinking, but it's super crazy, right? Because life insurance protects families when people die, and annuities is like a savings account with an insurance company. So it basically keeps people's money from going down when the market goes down. And they're pretty cool. But it's awesome because we work with all these big insurance companies like Mutual of Omaha, Transamerica, Foresters, and they pay you commissions every time you sell a policy. So you go out, sit down with the family, and then they deposit money in your bank account as soon as it gets approved, which is awesome, right? So we have these leads of people that are wanting to get it, so you don't have to necessarily look for people all the time, right? So this is a lead, and it basically puts on there somebody's name, date of birth, height, weight, smoker, non-smoker, spouse's information, and then this right here, it tells them exactly what it is, and then they fill it out and send it back in saying that they're interested. So we call the people on the phone, book appointments to go sit down with them at their house and go through the different programs that they qualify for. So here's kind of how it works, and hopefully you can see this and hopefully it makes sense to you. But when we go down and sit down with someone, on average, most people pay about $85 a month for a policy. So I did one the other day for $155 a month, and I did one the other day for $40 a month. So it's all based on whatever they pay monthly. So 85 a month times whatever, times 12 is $1,000 a year on average. That would be the annual premium. We get paid based on that. You start off on a 55%, so you get $550 every time you sign someone up for an $85 a month policy, which is pretty cool. They pay us 75% of that up front. So you walk out the door with about $420, and then you get the rest of this on the back end. So in months 10, 11, and 12 of the policy, you get the remainder of that commission, which is pretty cool. So that's the starting contract. We're looking for people that can go out and do that part-time, full-time, all the time. We just need good people. We need help. Last I looked, we had 26,000 uncalled leads in inventory. So 26,000 left over. That's not even talking about the ones that are a couple weeks old and a couple months old and like the recycled ones that you can get. This is that's the new one. So it's crazy. We need help. So you call these people up, go out there, sit down with them part-time, full-time. You can do with it what you want. We're really looking for people that can learn how to do this and then teach other people how to do it. So the insurance companies, Mutual of Omaha, Transamerica, Foresters, they pay us based on volume. So the more volume you can create, the higher contract they'll give you. So the starting contract is a 55%, and the top contract is actually 110%, which when I got started, I said, James Hill, how do they pay out 110% of something? And he said, Paul, they keep getting paid every single year that they have the policy in force. So year 2, 3, 5, 10, 20, 30, sometimes the whole life of these clients, and then they're liable for whatever the coverage amount is, 100,000, 200,000, 10,000, whatever the amount is, the insurance company pays the family, so they're willing to pay us a lot to get the policy on the books. So every 2 months you can move up in 2% or 5% increments. So 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. Every 2 months you're eligible based on what you do. So whatever you do, you can move up, and we can give you the numbers and show you exactly what you have to do to move up. But like for example, let's say you move up to a 75% contract. Well, if you're at a 75 and you go out and make that same sale, now instead of making 550, you're making 750, which I don't know about you, that's a heck of a jump per sale. You could be doing this part-time on the side and do that. Well, if you're a team leader with us, and you're at a 75 and you bring somebody in and they're at a 55, well, that's a 20% difference, which means when you help them make 550 bucks, you get the difference, or $200, for helping them. So you can build a team and help other people make money, and you get paid too. And the insurance companies it's a volume deal, right? The more volume you create, the higher contract they'll give you. So 2 ways you can move up. You can move up through personal production, or by building a team. All volume. So you need volume, you need production coming in the board. It's amazing because, I had really a few months of sales training before this, and I've seen people come in. I got a friend of mine, Jasmine Lightborn. She started with us when she was 20 years old, she was still in college. And this is a girl who grew up on the back porch of her grandma's house. Like, literally, they boarded up the back porch, and her brothers and sisters and mom and dad lived there. There was 6 of them living on the back porch, and then she got started with us, right? So that's how she grew up. 16 cents in her bank account when she started with us. Her first year working with us, she was still in college. She was able to go out and make $49,000, like just under 50 grand, right? And last year, she turned 25 in October. She was able to create a $185,000 cash flow. So she had $185,000 deposited into her bank account. I'll introduce you to her if you want to talk to her. Like, she is amazing. Like, we love her. And that's just one of the people. Like, it's awesome that, like, we get to make money, but we get to help other people do it too and see what it does for them. I got a friend of mine now, Paul. He was a full-time lacrosse coach, and working part-time on Sundays with us was able to create more than double the income per week working on Sundays. Now he was a university lacrosse coach, so he was able to make over $1,000 a week working part-time with us. And like, that's a game changer. Like, I don't care who you are, like, that's a big deal for a part-time opportunity, and if you want to go full-time, we have people that are making, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Is it gonna be all rainbows and sunshine? Like, yeah, that would be way too good. You got to go meet people at their houses. You got to sit down with them. But, if you're willing to go out there and put your heart out there and really help people, you can do really good with this. So if it's something that makes sense to you, get with us and we can talk more about how what we do works and see if it's a good fit between us. It was good talking to you. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll catch you later. All right, bye.